Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 59. Hopefully, you guys had a wonderful weekend and doing better than yesterday. But before I start this video, you guys can probably see that I have a new mic in front of me and a new webcam set up on my laptop. Now, I did get these 2 weeks ago, but I did have some problems with the setting and some extra cords was missing, so it took me some time to get it sorted out, but eventually I got here. Now, part of the reason was because I was procrastinating because I was content and comfortable with my default laptop video camera quality and the audio. However, it was only when I moved to Zoom that I realized how horrendous the quality was, and I could only imagine what those clients or potential prospect would be seeing and hearing. Like, how could you trust someone with the potato ass quality, right? So, this was inevitable. So, I am just grateful to get this sorted out today because I don't regret it at all. And obviously, I can only improve this as we go along, right? But starting with the video, obviously, yesterday I talked about, to look better, to look sexy, to look attractive is to wear clothes that fit. And obviously, fit is king, right? We want to wear clothes that outlines our physique. So, what I want to talk about today is how I managed to start my fitness journey, what were the troubles I faced, and how I managed to come back from adversity. When I was 16 years old, like all high school kid, I signed up a gym membership with my mates in high school, and we would go to the gym after 3 p.m. anytime after school. And if you go to the gym around 3:30 or 3 p.m., then I am so sorry for you guys because that is perhaps the worst time to go to the gym. The gym will be packed by a bunch of high school kids doing absolutely nothing besides walking around and talking with their mates, hogging the bench press, using all the dumbbells, and absolutely had running amok, right? That was the worst time to go to the gym. And honestly, I was pretty guilty looking back now because I was one of those kids, right? But definitely those were the best memories. Now, the pros of going with a friend when you first start is obviously you take away that anxiety and that fear of going to this new environment that you feel like you don't belong in. Not only that, you have a mate to talk about, to have some fun, to enjoy the overall gym experience, which could be quite daunting at the start, especially for someone that's new to the gym and someone that has no idea what to absolutely do in there. So it's definitely ideal to have a lifting partner at the start of your journey. It definitely will make the barrier of entry and reduce it significantly, right? However, the cons going to the gym with a mate is likely you guys will get very less done. You probably will go there more for social interaction time than to absolutely get some, heavy sets lifted. Unless you guys are experienced, but being a beginner, you're more likely than not to just run amok there. Right. But I highly recommend going with a mate. But then you gotta realize before you go with a mate, are you going to the gym for yourself or are you going there solely because of them? Because I made the mistake back then of really going to the gym for my mates, right? I went to the gym when they went just in order to have a social time to talk, have some fun after school, and just pass some time. Because honestly, back then I had no life and I kind of honestly hated being at home. So going to the gym was kind of an escape for me. And for like most people, that pretty much is what it is, right? An escape from reality. Right, but you really got to ask yourself this question if you're going to the gym for yourself or for your mate. Because, like me, my situation, when I went to the gym for my mates, when they stopped going, that means I stopped going too. And when they lost momentum, I lost momentum with me. So essentially, when the captain jumped off board, the ship sunk and I sunk along with it. And that is totally not ideal, right? So before going to the gym with the mate, ask yourself really, am I doing this for myself? Like, do I really truly want to change or do I just want to go because my mates are going? Now, obviously, my first attempt going to the gym didn't really work out right. My mates stopped going and I lost momentum with it. So then, how did I came back from this adversity? Well, after that time, I started trying to persuade myself, convince myself with all the words and logic I needed and reason why I should be going to the gym and how beneficial it is for my body because I used to be a fat fuck, guys. So I had all the reason to go to the gym, and my mind knows exactly I should. But I couldn't convince my heart, guys. I was a very stubborn guy, a kid. I was a very stubborn kid at heart, and I didn't want to believe in anything, right? So no matter what I even told myself to believe in, I still highly doubted it. So even though my mind was reasonable and logical, my heart was full of emotion and egotistic. So I didn't manage to persuade myself to start going to the gym again until something influenced me more powerful than myself. And honestly, that was when I first got heartbroken by a chick. Now, perhaps that is the most powerful motivational factor we men can experience is to be rejected by a woman. And honestly, they shake our worlds, guys. They snap us into reality, break through logic, and touch us right in our emotion. And at that time, that is exactly what I needed, right? Because my mind was logical. It understood all the facts and statements it needed, but my heart was still stubborn. And I had no powers. I lacked the ability to touch my heart. So I needed the woman to break my heart. Now, did I ask them to break my heart? Absolutely not. I'd rather, be in love and have a good time with the chick. But obviously, they broke my heart. I didn't ask for it. And that is why it was so powerful and it motivated me so wow, and it influenced me and made an absolutely huge impact in the reason why I went back to the gym. And honestly, that was all I needed to form that everlong habit, to form that lifelong habit till this day because of that one heartbreak. Now, obviously, I don't recommend going out and asking chicks to heartbreak you, or I'm not saying to get heartbroken. I'm just saying that was the true and major reason that just made me click. It made me switch on. And till this day, I'm going to the gym. However, the difference is I am not going to the gym in spite of her, right? I am not going to the gym to be revengeful or to get back at them for rejecting me. When they first did, sure, I did. I spied her. I despised her. I want her to regret her decision. I want to prove myself to be better. Like all the reason based on revenge and envy and resent, right? It was a very, very bad drive, but that drive eventually made me form that habit. So I guess it worked for me, right? But obviously, we're gonna all feel sad, and sure, I did moan. I had my periods of moan. I had my periods of depression, etc. But that didn't last for me. What really impacted me was her rejection light up a flame within me that made my heart and mind connect, and that eventually led to the strong intention and action to act towards what I knew was always right. And then I didn't start doubting myself because my heart understood, because she touched my heart. And honestly, that was all I needed to start forming this habit that will last till this day and till the end of my life. Right. So quite honestly, without her, would I be here or would I be where I am physique wise? Probably not, right? Maybe I'll pick up the gym, but probably not if I didn't get a heartbreak. So heartbreaking by a girl breaking my heart, it definitely worked for me, right? They do absolutely wonders, guys. Now, going back to the fact that the reason I went to the gym was because to get revenge was the motivational feud that lasted for a few months until I found self love, until I understood myself more, until I started to love myself. Was then I realized that I am not going to the gym for her. I am not trying to prove anyone wrong, but I'm only going to the gym for my own health. And that is more powerful than revenge and hate. Because let me ask you a question, guys. If all your intentions and actions are based on hate or despite or revenge, then what happens if you get that revenge at the end? What happens if you did prove that person wrong? All right. Let's just say, you build this amazing body and then she wants to get back at you. Or let's just say you change just a little bit in your physique. Maybe you went past the newbie gains and she wanted to get back with you. You proved your fact wrong. Your revenge worked and she got beguiled by you. Then what? Your mission ends then because your main main driven fuel was the revenge, right? Now she scrum to your knees, and now you're gonna be complacent because you have no more purpose in front of you. Right. So when I found out the reason for what I was doing was not because of revenge, was because I started to understand myself more and I started to like myself more, was then I realized that I'm doing this solely for myself. And that is what inevitably and will invariably leave you to continue your journey without any disruption and obstacles. Because when you start doing something you truly believe in, when you truly love to do, then it becomes effortless and obstacles and distractions will not arise anymore because simply nothing can distract you from your goal. And that is the absolute best advice I can give you guys, right? Is maybe sometimes, we can't persuade ourselves or convince ourselves to do something that we don't believe in, right? Because certainly we'll still doubt in some aspect of would this thing really work for me or not? Then maybe have some outside factors to push you into making the first step to really, I guess, create this artificial feeling or create this artificial drive within you to act, to have this intention in this goal or pursuit, right? And after then, start understanding yourself more, start understanding why you're doing what you're doing, and start loving yourself, start liking yourself, and start turning that outside motivation into this internal flame or internal drive and form that into your true purpose that will eventually prolong this habit, right? Because we cannot achieve greatness based on revenge. Sure, it could be done by many people. I do not doubt that. However, based on what worked for me, is I found that by loving myself, I faced less and less obstacles and distractions along my way because I truly believed in what I was doing. Obstacles and distractions simply did not arise for me because I simply do not believe in them, because I believed in what I was doing was right. And that is what made my journey so much easier because even back then, when I was, revengeful and in spite of the action or her action, there were still many, many obstacles and distractions that arose to me because I wasn't doing the thing for myself still. I was trying to get back at this person. Something else fueled my intention and it was not my own desire, which is why there was still doubt that created or surfaced in my provision, which kind of slowed down my progression. It was only that I realized the purpose was mine, was then everything else became so, so, so much easier. So that is my advice, and that is how I started the gym, right? Is to find yourself in your journey and not do it for anyone else but yourself. At the end of the day, if you try to find yourself in this journey, whatever journey you try to go, and you just cannot find yourself, then maybe this isn't something for you. But that being said, this has been my Sunday. Hopefully, you guys done a self reflection for just 10 minutes. If not, then do it now because you can certainly not delay this for tomorrow. But hopefully, you guys had a wonderful weekend and hopefully, you guys found this valuable anyway. But if not, I'll be here on Monday. See you guys then. Bye bye.